Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking the exact mechanics of creating high-demand, cut-and-paste activity books. Look, if you've spent any time looking at Amazon KDP, you already know that children's activity sector is just massive. But our sources are pointing to a very specific sub-niche here, one with absolutely incredible potential. And the best part, we're looking at a tool called the cut-and-paste worksheets generator that completely bypasses the grueling manual formatting that usually holds creators back, letting you scale up fast.
So it begs a really fascinating question. Why on earth are indie publishers leaving a proven, lucrative Amazon marketplace totally wide open for the big educational publishing houses? I mean, parents, teachers, homeschoolers, they are actively searching out these fine motor skill workbooks all year round. Yet independent creators are, for the most part, nowhere to be found. Let's figure out exactly why so much profit is just being left on the table. Here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at the KDP activity goldmine. Second, the manual production bottleneck. Third, step-by-step automated creation. And fourth, the reality of scaling. All right, let's kick things off with part one, the KDP activity goldmine. Take a look at this number, 11,886. That represents verified buyer reviews on just one top-selling cut-and-paste book. And we all know how Amazon works, right? For every single review, there are dozens of silent sales that never even get counted. The data clearly shows books out there with thousands of ratings, proving buyers are practically starving for this specific content. It's quietly stacking up serious royalties for the handful of creators who actually play in this space. Moving on to part two, the manual production bottleneck. So, if the demand is sky high, why aren't indie creators jumping in? Well, because aligning cut lines and scissor icons by hand is, frankly, agonizing. It's like a giant puzzle where if you get it wrong, the whole thing falls apart. You need perfectly precise alignment. If the cut pieces don't perfectly match the paste areas, the worksheet is literally useless and you're going to get terrible reviews. Doing this manually in standard design software takes days, sometimes weeks per book. And outsourcing it? Yeah, that's incredibly expensive. The sources highlight a staggering contrast here. Doing things the manual way can grind a solo publishing business to an absolute halt. But using an automated cloud-based application, you can generate perfectly formatted KDP-ready pages in a matter of minutes. This right here is the game changer. It's the key that levels the playing field, making it possible for a solo publisher to match the sheer volume of a major, massive educational publishing house. Which brings us right into part three, step-by-step automated creation. Let's see how this actually works. It's pretty amazing how this software takes weeks of frustrating formatting and just condenses it into a super simple three-step linear process. Because it's cloud-hosted, you just log in, choose your design, lay down the pedagogical layer, and download your manuscript. Let's really break down how a full activity book comes together step by step. Step one entirely eliminates the need for any graphic design skills. You just instantly select from 12 Smart Logic modules. Say you want to build a clock activity? Boom, one click and it's done. The scissor icons and dashed cut lines are perfectly matched up. Word Unscramble or math equations? Again, just click. The tool generates a flawless, full-page activity in literal seconds. It saves an unbelievable amount of production time. Now, step two is where the magic really happens. This is the pedagogical layer. And that's just a fancy way of saying you're weaving real, actual teaching mechanics into the layout so your book truly stands out. Instead of just throwing together random puzzles, you're deciding how the content teaches things like letter recognition or number sequencing. It takes a basic, run-of-the-mill worksheet and transforms it into a premium educational tool. Finally, we hit step three, exporting. Once you've stacked up your 50 or 100 pages inside the app, you literally just hit export. You can pull down single worksheets or download an entire PDF book instantly. You completely bypass that whole nightmare of compiling files in some clunky third-party editor. It comes out completely ready to upload straight to the Amazon marketplace. And hey, if you've ever had a book rejected by Amazon because some tiny, microscopic piece of an image crossed the bleed line, you know exactly how frustrating that is. This app has a simple KDP safe margins toggle. It visually shows you exactly where the print boundaries are, guaranteeing total compliance before you ever even hit that download button. All these built-in tools basically act like your own personal design team. You get a ready-made trim size selector to match Amazon's exact specs, one-click automated page numbering, over 900 built-in fonts, and a drag-and-drop editor that snaps right to the grid.
It just completely eliminates hours and hours of manual layout adjustments, saving you thousands in potential freelance fees.
Let's wrap things up with part 4, the reality of scaling. Now, our sources are really quick to issue an honest, realistic warning here. Please do not just spam Amazon with automatically generated junk. Look, just because you can generate 100 pages in 5 minutes doesn't mean you should upload thoughtless files. Amazon absolutely does not reward spam, and doing so is a great way to put your whole account at risk. You have to treat this like a real business. The source material actually outlines a highly realistic roadmap for success. If you dedicate just 1 to 2 hours a day to crafting incredible covers and curating genuinely valuable content, you can build a massive, high-quality catalog. The software is handling all the tedious interior formatting, right? So your actual job shifts to creative packaging and consistency. Do that, and you're setting yourself up for real significant royalties in about 3 to 6 months. As for the cost of entry, the source material notes the front-end software requires a very accessible one-time payment of $47 during its launch. To really put that into perspective, hiring a designer to perfectly format just 2 pages manually could easily cost you more than that whole software package. It's an absolute steal compared to thousands of dollars in outsourcing. The sources do also mention some optional upgrades for the really serious publishers out there. Now, these aren't strictly necessary for the core software to work, but Upgrade 1 lets you download projects as PowerPoint files for just incredible flexibility. The subsequent upgrades unlock massive libraries of premium artist-drawn icons. That's perfect if you want totally unique layouts without shelling out monthly for external stock graphics subscriptions. So, I'll leave you with this provocative thought from today's explainer. How much time are you currently wasting on manual formatting tasks that could literally be automated today? If those technical roadblocks were just completely removed from your workflow, what kind of publishing empire could you actually build? Thanks so much for joining us for this deep dive, and we'll see you next time.